This podcast is being recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past present.
We extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
I'm Brittney Saunders.
And I'm alright, hey.
And you've made your way onto our close friends list. This is our bonus episode that we do every Friday with our main episodes on a Tuesday. Arguably, these ones are the better ones.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you laughing about?
I don't know, because I'm waiting to say malign, babe. Because you don't put the juiciest goss on your main story, you keep it for your close friends.
And that's exactly what these episodes are for.
But
Whoa.
you're going to get 3 episodes a week, basically.
Yes.
Because not only, by now you should know, not only are you getting your high scrollers on a Tuesday and your close friends on a Friday, you're now getting big business on a Monday.
Which just launched.
This week,
This
right?
week
Yep.
on Monday.
Yeah.
So if you haven't listened, what the fuck are you doing? I am honoured to say I have launched my own podcast. I did used to have a podcast of my own that I did at home in COVID times, which was called A Whole Lotta BS. And so many people didn't click onto the fact that that means a whole lot of bullshit and a whole lot of Brittney Saunders. People would always go, oh, see, you're the... But that was the whole point of that name. It was just something that I did for fun. And it was a bit of like life and mainly business stuff. And so I said to Nova, I want to talk about business shit. And obviously I don't talk about business all that much on High Scrollers, which I think is nice for me to have High Scrollers where we just be idiots and talk about fun stuff.
Yeah.
But I've got a new potty that is all about strictly business shit. And it's just launched and I'm very excited. The end. That's the episode, everyone.
Yeah.
Go and listen to Big Business. So I'm very excited to have launched this pod. It's also like, I'm not going to lie, it's making my Monday trips even more amazing because I'm obviously here anyway. And we're always here for like a couple of hours, but then I'm doing another record. So it's just like making better use of my time, being productive. And it's great because I just feel as if though I have so much information and stories and advice and lessons to share with everyone. And yeah, I talk about business on my stories every day and I'm posting reels and stuff, but I'm really glad to just have a platform where all I'm talking about is business, because it's one thing to showcase your business online and your life online, even like you as a creator, Matt, and all of our YouTube days and stuff. Like it's one thing to do all of that and show it to your audience. But I feel like with big business, it's going to paint me in another light, or not paint me in another light, but people are going to see a different side of business, which I don't share on socials, because you only share the fun shit on social media, right? Like some people share their hard times and their breakdowns, but when it comes to business, like you're really only putting your highlights out there.
Yeah.
Because you're promoting your business.
Yeah.
As amazing as business is and how fun I can make it look, it's actually fucked up. Like it's actually fucked, the stuff that you deal with. And as always, I've got to tread lightly with what I talk about, like when we spoke about Kate Middleton. But I will be sharing stuff on big business that I guess I never feel like I have the opportunity to share.
Yeah.
Like you always say, Matt, like a podcast is like a little corner of the internet where you can get away with saying
Get away
shit.
with saying stuff.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. And not only am I sharing my whole story, the whole start of the podcast, we're kind of going into it through like all my years and kind of painting the picture of like where I am today. But I'm also going to be using the podcast to interview other professionals from all types of industries, which I think will be really interesting for everyone. And even though it's a business podcast, which some people might go, oh, that sounds boring, I think it's going to be a podcast that you're going to want to listen to regardless of whether you have a business, you want to own one day, or you don't give a fuck about owning a business at all. People are going to get something out of it. That's my special announcement. That's what's happening this week.
I still think you're the craziest person I've ever met, because who in their right mind, first of all, just does 2 podcasts to begin with, but then on top of everything else you're doing,
Yeah.
like, and then throwing a second podcast, like, what's next? I'm expecting you to relaunch your YouTube channel next and just go, fuck it, I'm doing it all again.
Well, I have had that thought. And I feel like you and I have spoken about this over the last couple of years, because obviously we both did YouTube for such a big chunk of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And when you gave up your YouTube channel, was it just like a one-day thing? You just went, fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore? Like, what was the definitive moment?
Yeah, well, remember, the long story short is, remember that I discovered that they were hiding queer creators' videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I took them on, did the whole petition, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They came out and said, no, he's got this wrong. We haven't done anything. And then I actually went in the back end of my YouTube studio and found the proof, put it on Twitter. It went viral, news stories, the whole lot. Then they came out and they were like, oh, sorry, he actually is correct. Or they didn't name me, but they said, the rumours are true. It's an error. Our AI system has flagged queer creators' videos wrongly.
What the hell?
So what I accused them of doing had been happening. And then 2 weeks later, my channel just tanked. Like, my AdSense went from getting it was like $12 CPM, which is like...
Cost per 1,000 views?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And then it was like 12 cents. And then I was also getting 100,000 views and then struggled to get 2,000 views on a video 2 weeks after. And look, my conspiracy theory is, and it's just my allegations, then there's no, proof to them, but it just is kind of a coincidence that after I called them out internationally, there were news articles about it, big creators like Tyler Oakley, Joey Graceffa, Colleen Ballinger at the time were all signing the petition and reposting it. So it gained a lot of traction, and they actually had to do formal statements on their social media. YouTube themselves had to do formal statements and say yes, this is true. So for me, it was a business decision because I went, well, fuck, return on investment. I can no longer sit down for 2 hours and do a 2-hour YouTube video that is not going to pay me any money.
Mm-hmm.
Because it had been at the point where it was yes, it's fun to make a YouTube video, but once you start making money from it, you lose the passion for it if the money goes out the window.
Mm-hmm.
No one's then doing that for free. Don't be stupid.
This is what I talk about on my podcast too. Yeah. Is the journey of starting making YouTube videos. So for context, when Matt and I started making YouTube videos, and I talk about this on Big Business, it wasn't with the motive of I want to become an influencer, because we started making YouTube videos before that word even was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We were called YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, you wanted to start a YouTube channel not to make money and become a famous influencer. You wanted to do it because you were passionate about creating that content.
Yeah.
The fact that we then went on to earn money from it was just oh, this is fucking cool. And then we quit our jobs and were able to do that full time.
Yeah.
But then somewhere along the line, I don't know about you, Matt, and what I speak about more on Big Business is how I lost that passion because it turned into this money-driven thing.
Yes.
And then I felt like a robot just flogging products left, right and centre. And this fun YouTube channel that I had all of a sudden just turned into this big advertisement.
Yeah.
And that was what happened to me. And then obviously I started dabbling in businesses, and then Fate came to be, and then Fate, which is my clothing brand, obviously took over my life. And that's when I slowly stopped making YouTube videos and started putting more energy into that.
Yeah.
And that's how I gave up making YouTube videos, was because I obviously got busy elsewhere. But I do miss it every now and then.
Yeah. Well, mine was because the return on investment. So then I jumped to Facebook, and thankfully Facebook had just started taking off.
That's when your Facebook page used to blow up.
Yeah. And also because they were trying to get people on the platform, their CPM, how much you get paid for your views, was through the fucking roof.
See, I never made Facebook videos and got paid for it.
Yeah. So I was making absolute bank, and then that became my thing. And then from then we progressed through, and it's all just about changing and evolving to keep up with the platforms that keep coming out and blah, blah, blah. But I like what you said about you just lost your passion for it. It did get like that for a while before the pandemic. And then, I just lost my creative juices. And then before the pandemic, that's when I started being a drag queen, doing drag. That's when it all came back to me again. And then in the pandemic, it was so good because everything took off in there and I was loving it. But I've always thought if I was to go back to YouTube videos, I would love to vlog. Vlogging is something I miss so much.
I know.
I wouldn't sit down and do a makeup tutorial. I wouldn't sit down and talk about issues or, I used to do reviews of outfits on red carpets and stuff. Nah. But I would vlog.
Just a vlog. Like, people always say to me, because obviously YouTube is where my career started, like, over 10 years ago. People say to me now, if they meet me now and know what I'm doing now, like, oh, what did you make YouTube videos about? I'm like, oh, they weren't good. Like, they were fucking shit. It was a vlog. Hey, guys, come to me to Kmart with me.
Yeah.
And I'd be going around, like, going to Kmart, then going home, getting everything out. And that's it, doing a haul, doing a Priceline haul.
Right? People used to love my Priceline hauls, and I'm like, it just baffles me that people would sit there for 25 minutes and watch me be like, then I got this dry shampoo.
Batiste dry shampoo.
I'm like, who cares?
I feel like everyone's attention spans have obviously changed a lot now.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we used to make YouTube videos, they were like 20 minutes long. Then audiences would ask for even longer videos. So they'd be like half an hour to 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I miss making those YouTube videos. But I think the reason why I wouldn't do it now is because of the time it takes to edit.
For sure.
Whereas now we're putting out reels that are 40 seconds long.
Yeah,
they're
for
quick
sure.
to edit. But
Yeah.
editing a 20-minute, 30-minute YouTube video, it's very time consuming.
Well, see, my thing is, like, with vlogging, I actually almost relaunched my YouTube channel.
Really?
In October last year. Do you want to hear the story behind it?
Yeah.
So, because I love vlogging and I miss vlogging, and also just somewhere to have long form content, because, like, I like jumping on the stories and stuff. I like making TikToks and whatever, but at the end of the day, I don't really have anywhere apart from high scrollers. But I guess we've got kind of a niche here of what we talk about. Like, I know we go rogue, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to fucking ramble.
Maybe we need to start our YouTube channels again, just vlogs.
Yeah, well, my thing was because I turned 29 in October. And so I said to myself, I think for my 29th birthday, I want to buy myself a vlog camera.
I still have mine.
Yeah, I still have mine too, but you may as well just get a freshie because I don't know where the battery pack is and all the rest of that. It's in the back of a drawer. It's probably still on the Central Coast somewhere. So I was like, I'll just buy a new one. That'll be my birthday present to myself for my 29th birthday. And then I will just start vlogging for 12 months till I'm 30 because I was like, I want to go into my 30th birthday like having no regrets. And like one of my like things in life that I miss is vlogging. And I was like, fully psyching myself up for it. I was like, I don't care if no one fucking watches this. I don't care if it gets 10 views. I'm doing this because like I want to do it and I think it's fun. And it's also like for people who have never done a vlog before, that shit is therapy in a camera. Like you set that camera up,
you just talk
and it's like a therapy session and you just talk and half of it might not even make it to the actual video that goes on the internet. But I've just told you all the fucking trauma from my life and got it all off my shoulders. And I was like, I think I need that. I think I got to 29 and I was like, I could either go to therapy or start vlogging.
Well, this is the thing that you made me think. Obviously, we don't vlog now and we still show our life on Instagram stories. But what we're showing on stories is really short snippets. And it just got me thinking, when we did used to vlog, and when I was a full-time YouTuber, I was pumping out 3, 4, sometimes 5 videos a week. I remember at one point, like you'd have your YouTube banner and you would have it written in your banner, new videos every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, 5 p.m. And like you stuck to that fucking schedule. One thing that I think we don't realize and that we would realize if we started making longer form content now is how private we actually are today. Even though we're doing reels, we're doing TikToks and stories, that feels a lot different than doing 20-minute vlogs.
Right.
And I think if we did do that, it would open our eyes and it would definitely make our audiences feel more connected with us. But I don't know if that's the best thing.
Right. So it's so funny you say that because this is the only thing that stopped me. Because I was like, I've redacted myself from the internet a lot over the last few years. Not because I've wanted to or I'm trying to hide anything, because that's just the landscape that's been forming, right? Like there are parts of my house that my followers have never seen. Whereas like 5-10 years ago when I was making YouTube, you knew the floor plan of my house. You knew where the buttons on my toilet were to flush it, baby. You knew what my shower looked like. We were doing shower routines, nighttime routines. You knew everything that was in my drawers, in my bedroom, in my cupboard. Clean with me videos. I've done the whole bloody thing. I've rearranged the furniture. You know where I got my fairy lights from above my bed. Now, you actually like hardly know anything unless I decide to tell you about a manual evacuation. You've got no idea, you know what I mean?
But what's interesting is people wouldn't realize that because people think that we share a lot.
Yeah.
And just the other week, I went and spoke at this event in Newcastle for International Women's Day, and there was like audience questions at the end, and they were really good questions. And one of them was like, how do you manage what you share and don't share online, and how do you like filter that? And I said, like, one of the most clever things about social media and us posting all of this content is we aren't sharing anything that what people think we are. Like, our followers think, I feel mean saying this, but our audiences think they know us so well, but they don't. They don't.
I think it depends.
I
think my audience knows
they
me
know
pretty
us
fucking
so well, like, and who we are, but like, there's so much shit in my life that no one knows nothing about.
Yeah.
And like, everyone feels like they know AJ so well, but what do you actually know about AJ?
Yeah.
You know that AJ likes KFC and he loves working in the warehouse.
Yeah.
But then they feel like connected to AJ. But then when you actually think about it, they don't know anything about AJ. I think that's just like one of the most clever things about posting online is you can look like you're sharing everything, but you're not.
Yeah.
So do you really know us? I'm asking the people.
You've thrown a curveball.
Why?
Then you think about people like Anna Paul.
She shares a lot.
Right? But
Yep.
but she doesn't really.
Exactly.
She doesn't really.
But
She doesn't
that's like-
actually, because you don't actually know what she does every day.
I know. This is the thing.
And she
like,
never shows anything about her work. So
You
she's got
look-
that whole part of her life that she's not actually,
you look like you're sharing a lot, but you're not.
Not you blowing my mind on my own podcast. Bloody hell. Anyway, never say never. We might go back to vlogging, but also the only scary thing is we've closed ourselves off gradually. Because also there's no space anymore.
What do you mean?
There's no space anymore to tell everyone. Like, no one's actually watching me for 20 minutes, like, rant on a vlog because they could have watched 100 other people in that same amount of time.
What do you mean? Like, it's too flooded to join back?
No, like, as in...
I think people would like if we did 20-minute vlogs. They just like play it as they're like cleaning the house or whatever. Like,
yeah, but then are they paying attention? You know
no,
what
but
I
I think
mean?
it's just like one of those little distraction things that you just put the phone down and like watch it as you walk past as you're sweeping or doing the dishes or something.
Yeah, fair.
Should we come back to YouTube? That is the question of the day, close friends.
Well, I polled my audience as well and said if I did vlogs, would you watch them? And 70% said no. Yeah. But fair. But I also prefaced it with saying, don't just be nice.
Okay.
Think about it seriously.
Yeah.
If I put up a vlog today that was 20 minutes long, would you sit down and watch it?
Would you do it more for yourself and a personal diary?
Yeah, I would.
To be able to watch your life
back?
back?
That's the thing. I would like to do it just for my own
thing.
My own thing. I wouldn't care if it got 10 views or 0 views. I'd probably care if it got 0 views. But, you know, if it
I'll watch it.
If it only cracked 1,000 views, I'd be like, I don't care, because the therapy session I had making the vlog and doing the process.
It would be nostalgic for us,
Right?
like making a video again, putting it onto the like computer.
Yeah.
We're just used to editing everything on our phones now.
Yeah. And also, remember, I always wanted that 100,000 subscribers. And I got so close. I got to like 96.
Oh, really?
And then everything tanked. And now I think I'm at like 70,000 because people have just like, they always clean out the accounts and people are probably unsubscribing.
Maybe we just need to make like one vlog. Like just one time and just like put it up with no context.
Yeah, okay.
And we should vlog for a week, like little snippets of every day of like a week and put that together in a 20-minute vlog. And the first day is us coming here to the studio.
Okay.
So our vlogs start out the same.
Monday to Sunday.
Yeah. And
We're
then
doing separate vlogs, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like we start it together and
Okay.
it's here and then you vlog the rest of your week.
Like a Goosebumps book. It's like, well, now go and see what Brittney did on Wednesday. Turn to page 79.
Yep, I reckon that would be good.
Okay, camp. Well, we'll lock that in. But for now, we must wrap this up because it's Friday and we're taking up way too much of our scrollers' time.
They would love us to stay for longer.
Well, if you want to stay for longer, you can go and listen to Big Business. It's out right now and new episodes are out every Monday.
Starting your week off right, boom, we're getting serious on Monday with Big Business. Then we're going fucking real rogue on Tuesday with High Scrollers.
And then Friday, anything can happen, doll. Because
Exactly
what happens
right.
in Close Friends stays in Close Friends.